The stars above the Great Hall of Galaxis Prime blinked like quiet witnesses. Inside the enormous chamber, leaders from 100 alien worlds sat around a glowing, circular table. The walls were made of pure crystal, humming softly with the energy of power and control. This was the heart of the Galactic Order, a council formed to bring peace to the galaxy. Or at least, that's what they told themselves. The High Chancellor, a tall creature with silver scales and glowing yellow eyes, stood in the center. His voice echoed through the air. "This meeting is called under Article 13, Universal Threat Control." Whispers followed. All delegates leaned forward. "The species known as humans, from the planet Earth, must be dealt with." A deep silence fell the history. They all feared humans had once been friendly explorers. They traded knowledge. They joined peace missions. They helped during famines and wars. But the Council never forgot what lay underneath their smiles. Centuries ago, when humans were first attacked by the Lochtal Empire, they did not just defend. They erased the Lochtal completely. Not one ship survived. Not one planet was left untouched. Other species remembered the name of that human campaign, Operation Dustfall. After that, the Galactic Order decided to keep humans under control. They gave them rules, treaties, and limits, and humans followed, quietly, calmly, never raising a weapon again, until now. The breaking point. The Chancellor played a recorded message from Earth. It was short. "We do not agree with the new trade tax. We will not pay." Simple words. No anger, no threat. But this meant rebellion, and if Earth could say no, what would stop others? The Chancellor's voice grew sharper. "We warned them. We gave them every chance. Earth refuses peace. Earth chooses disobedience." A delegate from the Ryvax Empire raised his hand. "Let us be careful. Humans are strange. They do not shout. They do not cry. They act when we least expect it." But others laughed. "They are soft now, fat with peace," one said. "They have no fleet, no army," said another. "They have grown weak. Let us strike before they remember who they once were." The vote for war. Each species cast their vote. The Varn Dominion, yes. The Shalkeen Alliance, yes. The Euron clans, yes. Even the peaceful Kalari swarm said, yes, finally, it was done. Earth was declared a Class X threat. Under Order law, this meant total erasure. The Council ordered Fleet Zeta 9, the largest armada ever formed, to leave at once. Over 3,000 ships, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, advanced AI drones. Their mission: surround Earth, demand surrender. If refused, destroy everything. Watching Earth from the shadows, as the Council celebrated, one being stayed quiet. Ambassador Keth of the Mur race, a long-lived, soft-spoken creature, stood by the window. He had visited Earth long ago. He remembered their music, their libraries, their strange humor. He whispered to himself, "You fools! You think they are weak because they are silent." Behind him, the stars kept blinking. Arrival of the Armada Fleet Zeta 9 reached the edge of Earth's solar system in just 4 days. They came in waves, destroyers, carriers, and stealth ships, all armed and ready. But Earth did not respond. No defensive shields, no warships launched. No panic on the surface. Humans continued their daily life. Shopping, working, playing games. The alien fleet commanders were confused. Admiral Sir Tak of the Varn growled over comms. "Send the demand. They have 5 minutes to reply." The message was sent. "By order of the Galactic Council, Earth must surrender. You have 5 minutes. The terrifying. Reply exactly. 4 minutes later, Earth replied. The message was audio only. One voice, a calm male voice. No emotion, no fear. Are you sure? The message ended. No threats, no begging. Just a question, and that question shook the fleet. A pause. Before the storm, inside the lead command ship, officers debated. Was that a challenge? Are they bluffing? Why no shields? No response? Admiral Sartok shouted, "Fire a warning shot! Near their moon!" A pulse missile was launched. It flew silently, fast, toward the dark side of the moon. It hit the empty surface. Dust rose. Nothing happened. And then, something did. The moon speaks. A strange signal came from the moon's surface. It was old. Ancient human military code. Forgotten by most. One AI on the fleet translated it. Protocol Cold Alpha activated. Then the moon changed. Huge gates opened, hidden beneath craters. Something moved inside. Massive machines, unknown structures, humming with ancient power. One officer whispered, "That's not human tech." Fear begins to spread. Ships moved closer to investigate. Suddenly, their sensors shut down. One scout ship vanished. No explosion, then another and another. No sign of attack. Just silence. Admiral Sartok yelled, "What is this madness?" Then a second message came from Earth. This one was longer. "We offered peace. You chose war. We will not attack first, but we will end this quietly." Darkness approaches. In the main command room, screens went black. The stars outside flickered. Behind the fleet, something massive appeared from behind Jupiter's shadow. It wasn't a ship. It was a structure, human-made, unregistered, hidden from all maps. It looked like a city, but in space. Cold, black, silent, every ship in. The fleet received one final message. "You fired the first shot. Now, watch what calm really means." The fleet floated above Earth like a black cloud ready to strike. 3,000 warships. Over 100 alien species, billions watching across the galaxy through live data feeds. But something was wrong, something no one expected. Earth was still, quiet, no movement, no sound, no fear. As the countdown began for a second warning strike, Admiral Sartok stared at Earth's surface. Cities were glowing with light. People moved freely, walking, laughing, even dancing. There were no screams. There were no bunkers. There were no missiles launched. It looked like they didn't care. "Are they mocking us?" one officer asked. "No," another replied. "They are calm. Too calm." Galactic feeds. Go crazy. Across the galaxy, billions tuned in. On Varn Prime, news anchors asked, "Why isn't Earth defending?" On Kalari Hive World, whispers grew, "Are they already planning something?" On the far station of Zenthos 6, one old trader simply said, "You made a mistake. You pushed the quiet ones." Even school children watched the scene. "Mom, why are the humans not scared?" The first losses. Suddenly, 5 scout ships near the moon stopped responding. No damage, no signals. Just gone. Their lights disappeared from the tactical maps. Admiral Sartok slammed his fist down. "Send rescue units!" 3 more ships launched. They too vanished without a trace. No explosions, no debris, just silence. Hidden eyes, unknown to the E. Fleet, small satellites, no bigger than a basketball, had silently surrounded them. These were not weapons. They were watchers. Recording every move, some used light, some used sound. Some used tech no alien had ever seen. Earth wasn't blind. Earth was studying. The old captain speaks. On board one alien command ship, an old captain named Reltar spoke slowly. "I fought the humans once. Long ago. I was young then. Our fleet attacked their trade world. It was supposed to be easy." "What happened?" a younger officer asked. "We never fired a second shot. Their response came in silence. One moment we were flying. The next, 60% of our fleet vanished. Our computers melted. We begged for mercy. And they stopped. They told us this was the light version. Then they left. Earth's calm response. Another message came from Earth. It was text only. We are aware of your presence. You are surrounded. You may leave now. If you fire again, you will not see the return. No weapons had been launched from Earth. No ships had taken off. But the message felt heavier than 1,000,000 missiles. Inside Earth's silent systems, in a hidden underground room beneath Antarctica, a woman in a gray uniform looked at a hologram. Dozens of red dots showed the alien fleet. A young technician asked, "Ma'am, should we activate defense drones?" She shook her head. "No. Let them think." Another tech said, "They destroyed part of the moon." The woman smiled faintly. "That wasn't the moon. That was a shell. The real system is deeper. Panic in the fleet back in space. Several smaller empires began to worry. "Maybe we should wait," said the Kalari admiral. "We can't retreat. That shows weakness," shouted the Varn. But now ships started jamming. Communications failed. Lights flickered, and then an entire carrier disappeared. Not destroyed, erased. All that remained was a single floating message beacon. We said, "Don't test us." The whisper spreads one word now floated across the stars, whispered on every world, Dustfall. That old name, that terrible name. The last time Earth fought back, it was during Operation Dustfall. The result? Entire enemy empires gone. Some historians believed Earth had used antimatter chains. Others said they used time-breaking weapons. No one truly knew. Earth never shared the details. All that was left were rumors and fear. The first defector, the Volek's captain, broke ranks. He sent a message directly to Earth. "We did not vote for war. We were forced. Please spare our world." Earth replied, "We remember. You are not our target. Leave now." The Volek's fleet turned and vanished into space. Quietly, more began to follow. The Council reacts back at Galaxis Prime. The Council panicked. They watched their great fleet break apart without a single shot fired from Earth. The High Chancellor shouted, "Hold your lines! Earth is bluffing. They have nothing." But deep down, he knew it was a lie. The calm, the silence, was the answer. Earth didn't need to fire. They had already won the mind. A new threat. Awakens near Saturn, a signal was received, not from Earth, not from any known place. It came from the outer edge, where ancient human projects were once hidden. A new shape appeared on deep scan. Massive, unknown design, cloaked in cold. Some thought it was a ship. Some thought it was alive. But one thing was sure. "It's moving toward the fleet," said an AI, "and we can't scan inside it." The stars above Earth were silent. The alien fleet still waited, floating like a knife above a calm planet. No missiles had launched from Earth. No fighters had flown. No anger. Just silence. And that silence was starting to scare them. The young officer's curiosity. Inside the Shalkeen flagship, young Officer Trell tapped nervously on his screen. His claws clicked faster with each second. "Admiral," he said quietly, "I want to show you something." Admiral Zorath turned. "It better be good." Trell opened an old file from the Council's restricted database, a file most had forgotten. A file about Earth's early wars in the stars. The file was labeled Humanity, Blacklist, Do Not Engage, Classified Level 9. Admiral Zorath's red eyes narrowed. "What is this?" Trell swallowed hard. "Proof that we were warned." The Forgotten Battles Trell played a recording. It showed an old war, the Zarn conflict 300 years ago. The Zarn Empire had attacked a human mining colony. They thought humans were easy prey. They were wrong. The video showed what followed. Human ships appeared from nowhere. Dark, fast, unregistered. The Zarn homeworld was destroyed in under 18 hours. Their moons fell from orbit. Survivors were never found. We still don't know what weapons they used, Trell said. Nothing matched council records, and Earth never claimed responsibility. Then how do we know it was them? The Admiral asked. Trell stared at the last line of the report. Message found in Zarn ruins. We asked you to leave us alone. Other files, ghost fleets and vanishing worlds, Trell showed more examples. The Grezor wipeout. 9 planets went dark after trying to enslave humans. No explosions, just silence. The Silent Moon Rebellion. A colony turned against Earth. They begged for help after Earth responded. No one answered their call. In every report, the same pattern appeared. No warning, no big battles, just complete erasure, always followed by one short message. We offered peace. You chose this. The Council's cover-up Trell leaned closer. We were told Earth was peaceful, that they changed, but these files show something else. They didn't change, Zorath whispered. They just went quiet. And now, we poked the silence. The massive unknown object. Back in deep space, the dark shape beyond Saturn kept moving. It was enormous, bigger than any known alien ship. No one could scan it. No one knew what it was made of. Some believed it was a station. Others said it was something worse, a leftover from an old war. The humans called it the Sentinel. A message from the past. Suddenly, a signal came from the object. It wasn't new. It was over 200 years old. Recorded by an Earth captain named Samantha Reyes. Her calm voice played in the fleet's communication system. If you are hearing this, then the Council tried again. Know this, we buried our weapons deep not to fight, but to protect peace. If you forced us to wake the old machines, we warned you. We always warn once. What comes next is not war. It's justice. The message ended. No threats, just a cold promise. Fear spreads like fire. Across the alien fleet, panic grew. Some soldiers began asking to leave. Others tried to contact their homeworlds. Ships quietly powered down weapons, hoping not to look like a threat. But it was too late. Earth had already decided. Deep inside Earth's archives, on Earth beneath the Siberian mountains, was a hidden base. Inside, a group of humans stood before massive old machines. They were called the Keepers, guardians of Earth's forgotten wars. One of them, an old man named Elias Gray, turned to the others. The Council broke the long peace. A younger woman asked, "Will we launch the Dustfall Protocol?" Elias shook his head. "Not yet. We'll give them one last chance. But if they fire again, Dustfall returns." The calm that terrifies back in orbit, alien sensors picked up a strange energy surge from the Sentinel. It wasn't a weapon charge. It was a scan. The Sentinel was watching them, studying every ship. It knew who voted for Earth's destruction and who didn't. Earth sends. One more message. A simple signal reached every ship. We know who you are. We know who led this. We will not destroy all, only the guilty. Then one more line appeared. Leave, now. But some refuse. The Varn Empire, proud and stubborn, refused to back down. Admiral Sertok barked to his captains, "They are bluffing. Fire a real shot. Burn their cities." They launched one massive plasma missile directly toward Earth. The fleet watched it fly. The stars held their breath. Then, the missile stopped in mid-space. Not hit, not destroyed, just frozen, like time had stopped around it. Then it reversed, flew back, straight into the ship that fired it. Boom. No warning, no mercy. One Varn battleship gone, then two, then five. They vanished without sound, no trace, no fire, just nothing. Only a quiet message remained. We warned you. This is not war, this is removal. The stars no longer felt safe. Across the galaxy, billions watched in silence as the most powerful fleet in history began to fall apart, not with fire, but with silence. Ships disappeared. Missiles froze in space. And Earth still hadn't lifted a single finger until now. Tension above Earth. The alien armada floated in orbit around Earth, still waiting, still confused. One captain whispered on the comm, "Are they gods?" Another voice answered, bitter and afraid, "No, they're human." Admiral Sertok of the Varn Empire was furious. The loss of his warship, destroyed by its own missile, was a wound to his pride. "This ends now," he growled. He didn't ask the council for permission. He didn't wait for orders. He wanted blood. The first real shot, the Varn flagship, Iron Fang, charged its main plasma cannon, one of the deadliest weapons in the galaxy. Enough to vaporize a continent. The cannon powered up, glowed red. Target, Earth's capital city. The moment it locked on, an alert flashed across every other ship's screen. Warning. Aggressive action detected, countermeasure initiated, but before the plasma cannon could fire. Boom! The entire flagship vanished in a flash of white light. No explosion, no wreckage, just a pulse. And then nothing. Everyone froze. A new message, a single human voice echoed across all channels. It was not angry. It was not loud. It was just calm. You have fired the first shot. Now you will learn what calm really means. That voice was cold. Terrifyingly cold. And the galaxy realized Earth had decided. The calm unleashed, the sky above Earth opened, but not with missiles, not with fighters, with silence. Black shapes appeared, unseen before. No light, no noise, no heat. Human stealth ships, thousands of them, waking from hidden bunkers on the Moon, Mars, and Titan. Some came from behind Jupiter, some came from within Earth's oceans. Every alien ship was now surrounded, not by an army, but by ghosts. Inside the ghost ships, inside the human vessels were no living beings, just AIs, cold, efficient, silent. Each AI had one mission. Remove threats, do not harm the innocent, erase only the guilty. One alien admiral begged on the comms, "We surrender." But the AIs didn't reply. They didn't negotiate, they just acted. Justice begins. Only the ships that had voted for war were attacked. In just 7 minutes, over 120 ships vanished, one by one. No fire, no screaming, just empty space where warships once floated. The alien crews didn't even have time to blink. 1 second they were alive. The next, forgotten. Desperate escape panic spread. The smaller empires broke formation and fled. Some ran toward deep space. Others tried to hide behind moons or asteroids. But the human drones followed like shadows. One message kept repeating in every ship's communication feed. Earth offered peace. You chose violence. Now calm will correct your mistake. On Earth's surface, in a command room deep below Greenland, Elias Gray, the old keeper, watched the map. Red dots blinked out one after another. "They fired first," he said. "Let history record who started this." Beside him, younger officers looked worried. "Sir, what if the rest of the galaxy responds?" Elias didn't even blink. They won't, not after they see this. Reactions. Across the galaxy on Kalari Prime, The insect-like queens screamed in fear. On Ryvax, the warriors threw down their weapons. On the peaceful world of Malar, leaders gathered in emergency meeting. "We told them," one elder said. "Earth never speaks twice." "What do we do now?" another asked. "We wait and pray they speak no more." The council in chaos at the Galactic Council chamber, alarms were flashing. News feeds poured in from every system. Human weapons unmatched. Council fleet collapsing. Earth shows no mercy, only silence. The High Chancellor pounded the table. Why didn't anyone stop them? Why did no one remember what humans could do? No one answered, because deep inside, they all knew they had forgotten on purpose. The Sentinel awakens. Out past Saturn, the dark object, the Sentinel, opened its eye. Yes, eye. A giant red sphere at its center glowed softly. Its purpose was simple. Watch, judge, act if Earth was in danger. And now it had decided. A beam of light shot from the Sentinel, across space, straight into a wormhole. No one knew where it led, but one word echoed from the depths. Retrieval initiated. The enemy. They forgot back above Earth. Only 600 alien ships remained. All had turned off weapons. All floated silently, hoping Earth would show mercy. Then, the human ship stopped. No attack, no sound, just calm. A new message came through. Those who came in peace may leave. Those who planned this war must surrender. We do not want control. We only want it to be left alone. For years, the galaxy looked at Earth and saw a peaceful world. They saw oceans, forests, children playing, and people building. They did not look deeper. They never asked what was hidden beneath the surface or what slept on the moon. But now, the moon was waking up, and the galaxy would finally see the part of Earth that was never meant to be seen again. Strange movements high above Earth. Alien sensors picked up something unusual. Deep under the moon's surface, massive machines had begun to move. Old tunnels lit up. Dust flew into the black sky. "What is that?" asked one alien officer. "The humans said nothing about moon weapons," said another, but Earth still said nothing. They didn't explain. They didn't warn. They just let it happen. The hidden doors from orbit, massive black plates on the moon's surface opened. They were not made of normal metal. They were darker than space. Not even light bounced off them. One door stretched 400 kilometers long. Out of it came something terrible and beautiful. Not a warship, not a missile, but a structure. It rose from the moon's heart, higher and higher, until it could be seen even from Earth. Its name was simple: Aegis. The old Guardian, the first witness in the Council's hidden listening station near Pluto, a small crew stared at the screens. One technician gasped. "That thing is alive." "No," said the commander. "It's worse. It's thinking." The structure was moving like a creature, but without a heartbeat. It scanned, it judged, and then it powered up. Earth still says nothing on Earth. No message came, no threat, no countdown, just the same cold silence. People on the surface didn't even look up. They trusted Aegis, because they knew if Aegis rises, it's already too late for Earth's enemies. The secrets of the moon. Hundreds of years ago, when Earth's final war ended, they made a choice. They wanted peace, but they also wanted protection. So in secret, they built Aegis on the moon. It was not a weapon. It was a judge. It would only wake if the threat was high enough, if Earth was outnumbered, if Earth was targeted for total destruction. The Council made that mistake, and now Aegis had full control. Alien. Fear grows back on the remaining alien fleet. Commanders screamed for answers. "What is that thing? Why didn't our scans see it? How long has it been there?" Their computers gave only one answer: Unknown, unreadable, undetectable. Admiral, Korvek of the Shalkeen fell to his knees. We were warned, long ago. My father said Earth smiles with its mouth and hides the knife behind its back. Aegis speaks. Finally, a message came. But not from Earth, from Aegis itself. It was not a voice, it was code. Old, ancient military. Code used by Earth during its darkest wars. One alien AI translated it aloud. Protocol Aegis 01, Judgment Phase, identifying hostile systems, filtering civilian fleets, precision removal in progress. And then, one by one, the ships that had taken part in Earth's targeting began to vanish. No fire, just erasure. Earth's people stay. Calm. On. Earth, people continued living. In cafes, families sipped coffee. In cities, children played with robots. In schools, students studied stars. No one panicked, because everyone knew, if Aegis is awake, nothing can hurt us. A message for the galaxy, a new signal was broadcast. Not to the fleet, not to the council, but to the entire galaxy. It was Earth's first public message since the attack began. It said, "We remember who we were. We remember what we buried. We did not want this, but you forced our hand. We will not conquer. We will not occupy, but we will remove those who chose war. This is not rage. This is balance. Desperate council lies back at Galaxis Prime. Council." Leaders tried to save face. They held fake news conferences. They blamed Earth. They called the moon weapon illegal. But their own people were not blind. Too many had seen the truth. Too many had lost ships. The people began asking dangerous questions. Why did you push Earth? Why did you hide the old records? Why did you lie about Dustfall? The galaxy was silent. The council said nothing. Their fleets no longer moved. And Earth? Earth returned to its quiet ways. But something had changed. Something deep. The galaxy thought the storm had passed. But they were wrong. This was just the calm. Before the real war, a broken council. The council halls, once loud and proud, were empty now. Many seats were vacant. Some members had fled. Others had gone silent. The rest? Too scared to speak. Admiral Varlo of the Zakar Dominion whispered to his guards, "They have weapons we don't understand. They have peace that's more powerful than our wars." Others agreed. They had lost not only ships, but trust, control, and their power over the galaxy. Earth builds. Quietly, back on Earth, factories lit up, but not with panic. Everything moved, with calm purpose. Massive stations in orbit began to grow. No rush, no fear, just quiet construction. The aliens watching from far-off probes could only guess. They're building something again? But what? No answers, no threats, just silence. That was the worst part. The whisper networks, across the stars, alien smugglers, spies, and traitors began whispering, "Earth is preparing." They're not angry. They're focused. That's worse. Then anger. In taverns on distant moons, people said Earth had awakened Project Scythe. Others spoke of the deep code, an AI locked away for 1,000 years. But no one knew the truth, and Earth didn't confirm anything. That made the fear grow. The exiles return. Strange ships began to arrive on Earth, old designs, ancient symbols, not from the stars, but from human colonies long lost. They had been in exile. Some were thought extinct. Now they returned. They came in peace. They came in silence. And Earth welcomed them. Unity unknown. 1,000 years ago, Earth's wars tore its colonies apart. Now, one enemy, the Council, had united them again. Some had weapons Earth didn't know, some had engines that bent time, but all had one thing in common. They were human, and they remembered what the galaxy did to their homeworld. The councils knew. Plan in the shadows, the council met again, this time without votes, without rules, just fear. They called upon a last resort force, the Oryx Path, a group banned even by the council itself. They were not an army. They were world breakers. Enter the Oryx Path, they wore no uniforms. They flew no flags. Their ships were black shards, silent, sharp, invisible to radar. They believed in one thing only: balance through destruction. Their mission: break Earth before it became untouchable. No warnings, no broadcasts, just quiet annihilation. Earth's quiet answer as the Oryx fleet moved through the outer rim, heading toward Earth. Something strange happened. They vanished. No explosion, no distress call, just gone. Every ship, every pilot, gone in one breath, and on Earth, no one even looked up. Not even the children. They didn't need to. Ghosts in the code, in a dark data vault on a far space station, an AI analyst found. Something buried in the galactic network. A line of code sent from Earth. Just one message. We saw you coming. Try again. The analyst collapsed from fear. She realized Earth was listening to everything. They didn't fight back because they didn't need to. They were already inside. The galaxy begged for silence. It begged Earth to stop. But Earth had waited long enough. Now, Earth spoke, and the sound echoed across every star system. The broadcast had started as a low hum on every frequency, then a single voice cut through. This is Earth. We are not afraid. We remember everything. That message played once, then it stopped. No more. No reply. But that one short sentence brought terror to 1,000 species. Panic. Across the stars on council worlds, leaders screamed at their screens. What does it mean? Is it a threat? But deep inside, they already knew. Earth never spoke unless it meant something. And now, it had. With terrifying calm. The signal that changed everything. The transmission wasn't just words. Behind the voice, hidden in the code, was something else. Blueprints, designs, new. Technology, not weapons, but ideas. The kind of ideas that could make even the most powerful empires collapse. The message ended with one line. We will share what you tried to destroy. A second shock as alien scientists scrambled to decode the signal. Something worse happened. Ships began to vanish. Not Earth's, the Council's, supply fleets, spy drones, guard posts, gone. And again, no sound, no blast, no trace. Only one thing was left at the empty sites, a symbol burned into metal. The symbol of Earth. The symbol of Return It was simple, a broken circle with a star in the center, an old human sign meaning, we left. Now we're back. Aliens began to whisper, Earth is reclaiming space. Not by war, but by presence. Rebellion sparks on. A desert moon far from the Council's core, a mining colony saw Earth's signal. The workers were mostly alien slaves, beaten, forgotten. But after hearing Earth's voice, they rose. They overthrew their masters, and they painted Earth's symbol on their machines. The rebellion had no leader, no help from Earth. It didn't need any. Earth had already inspired them, the Council. Splits. Inside the Council chamber, old allies, turned against each other. Some wanted peace, some wanted revenge, and others just wanted to run. We shouldn't have touched Earth, said Admiral Score of the Krillic hegemony. They were quiet for a reason. But it was too late. Earth wasn't quiet anymore. Earth's hidden hand. The Council sent out secret scouts. They wanted to find where Earth's real fleet was hiding. They searched asteroid belts. They scanned dark space, but they never found ships. Because Earth's true weapon wasn't ships. It was unity. Every human colony, every exile, every outpost. Now moving with the same goal, without orders, without panic. like one mind, like one purpose. One more message. Just as fear reached its peak, Earth sent one more message. Just 4 words, across every star system, across every world. We are still coming. No emotion, no screaming, just cold, quiet promise. The capsule drifted through black space. Silent, old, but alive. It carried no warheads, no virus, no code to shut down enemy systems. It carried only memory, the kind the galaxy had tried to erase. And now it was headed straight for the Council's. Capital warning, ignored Admiral Krovek of the Council. Defense Fleet stood in front of the war table. Shoot it down, he ordered. But the defense systems failed. Every missile turned away. Every laser missed, as if the capsule wasn't even there, as if it had already been allowed to pass. The archive reopens deep in the capital. The capsule finally landed. It didn't explode. It didn't unfold. It simply opened, like a flower. Inside it, holograms flickered to life. Thousands of them. Footage from Earth's early days. Videos of destroyed colonies. Recordings of peace talks. And betrayals. Names of every council member who had voted for Earth's exile. It was all there. Proof. Truth. And the people of the galaxy saw it. Shock turns to guilt. For the first time, ordinary citizens across council worlds realized the truth. Earth hadn't started the war. Earth had begged for peace. Earth had offered help, but the council rejected it because they feared humans, because humans didn't break under pressure, because humans kept surviving. The uprising. Begins protests turned to riots. Cities across 3 sectors lit up in flames, not because of Earth's attack, but because of civil unrest. People demanded answers. Some demanded revenge against their own leaders. The council began to fall apart, not by human hands, but by truth. Earth remained silent, and still, Earth didn't move. No new ships, no armies, just silence. Terrifying, calculated silence. It made leaders feel like something worse was coming. But what? No one knew. The second capsule. Then the second capsule arrived. This one didn't go to the council. It went to a small farming world far from the center. Inside it was one simple line of text. You were kind to our refugees. We remember. Help is coming. And the next day, a giant crate from orbit landed beside their city. Inside it, clean water machines, food generators, medical drones, human technology. A gift. A thank you. The message was clear: Earth would not invade. Earth would not destroy. Earth would help those who had helped them, but for the ones who didn't, the ones who hunted humans, the ones who voted for their exile, Earth had something else planned. The third capsule. The last capsule didn't land. It stayed in orbit over the Council's homeworld. Its message was short, just 2 lines. We're not here to punish. We're here to remind you what you created. Then it opened, and from it came the broadcast. Every lie the Council told, every secret deal, every planet they destroyed to hide their crimes. It was all shown live, all across the galaxy. The people were done. The galaxy had seen war. It had seen rebellion, but it had never seen this. Earth had stayed quiet. For years, humanity had watched, listened, prepared. And now they moved, but not with fire, not with rage, with precision. The Council crumbles. The once powerful Galactic Council was falling apart. One by one, member worlds were pulling away, blaming each other, fighting among themselves, trying to hide their own guilt. And while they fought, Earth acted, not with weapons, but with intelligence. Operation Mindfall. From the dark edges of space, human stealth ships deployed. No one saw them, no one heard them. But everywhere they passed, something changed. Communication hubs failed. Power stations shut down. AI networks were rewritten. No one died. No cities were burned. But entire governments simply stopped working. As if the galaxy's systems had caught a virus, a silent one, a human one. The Fear Grows Council leaders began to panic. They ordered ships to Earth. But those ships never arrived. Every route was blocked. Every jump point was scrambled. Earth hadn't built walls. Earth had built mazes. No one could find them now, not unless Earth allowed it. And they didn't. Humanity speaks. For the first time in decades, a human. Message was broadcast galaxy-wide. It was simple. It was calm. It was terrifying. We are not conquerors. We are not invaders. But we will never forget who tried to erase us. We remember everything. That was it. No threats. No demands. Just a reminder. The rogue general, but not everyone in the galaxy was ready to surrender. General Voss, a warlord from the Outer Rim, rallied 10 fleets. He had always hated Earth. Now, he saw a chance to become a hero. He gathered allies, mercenaries, pirates, a full force. "We will end them," he shouted, "before they rise any further." And he launched his attack. The ambush Voss's fleet never reached Earth. As they passed through the Zeta Void, they entered the trap. Human ships appeared from nowhere. No warnings, no mercy. But they didn't fire missiles. They fired pulse storms, MP. Blasts, graviton hooks, .AI scramblers. Voss's fleet didn't explode, it simply stopped. Dead in space, weapons frozen, engines shut. Their ships were floating prisons, and then came the message, "This was a test. You failed." Earth's allies, Rye's other species, had remained silent too long. Now they stood up. The Varn, who once hid human refugees, offered new alliances. The Tyrell, long hunted by the Council, declared Earth their protector. Even some former Council members asked for peace. Earth welcomed them, but quietly, carefully. They weren't building an empire. They were building something worse for their enemies. A unity. The calm. Before the final storm, Earth still hadn't attacked any planets, hadn't taken a single world. But the galaxy now felt surrounded. Earth was everywhere, in their skies, in their systems, in their minds, and still. The human fleets didn't move. They waited, just like before. Silent, still, but watching. Always watching. In the silent command chamber deep below Earth's surface, the Primarch gave the order. "Begin Phase 3. There were no war drums, no loud alarms, no battle cries, only action, fast, quiet, precise, and when it started, the galaxy didn't even realize it. Not right away, but when they did, it was already too late. No guns, no bombs. Earth did not send missiles. They didn't send giant warships. Instead, they sent something far more dangerous. They sent truth. Across the galaxy, humans released every hidden secret of the Galactic Council. Corruption, mass murders, betrayals, lies, false wars, everything, and they sent it straight to the people of every world. Revolt across the stars, suddenly. Billions knew what their leaders had done, that Earth was never the monster, that the Council tried to erase humanity for power. World after world rose in anger, not against Earth, but against their own rulers. In just one galactic week, 7 major governments fell, cities burned, flags were torn down, statues smashed. No human had fired a single shot. Still, the galaxy was burning. The last council meeting in a broken station orbiting the dead world of Kier 7, the last council leaders gathered. They were scared, confused, and furious. "What do they want from us?" one asked. "Why don't they attack?" another cried. "Why are they just watching?" They had no answers. And then, a message arrived. From Earth. One sentence. You already defeated yourselves. Humanity's final move in the center of neutral space, Earth built something new, not a base, not a weapon, a hall, wide, open, bright. They called it the Forum of Peace, and then they opened the gates to all enemies, allies, even former traitors. There was no military. Guard. No weapons allowed, just a simple rule. Speak honestly. Build a better galaxy. Or leave. The galaxy's new heart slowly, carefully, the Forum of Peace became the center of the stars. It wasn't ruled by humans, but it was watched by them. They listened, guided, warned when needed, but never ordered. Earth had become a shadow guardian, a silent force that no one dared cross, because the galaxy remembered. A legend is born. Children across the stars grew up hearing stories of Earth, of how humanity didn't scream, didn't rage. They just waited, planned, moved. When it mattered most, they were not monsters. They were not saviors. They were something else, something new. And the galaxy was now shaped by their silence. Epilogue. The Return. Years later, in a classroom on a distant world, a young girl asked her teacher, "Why didn't Earth destroy us when they had the chance?" The old teacher smiled. "Because they didn't need to," she said. "They wanted us to see, to learn, to change." The girl thought for a moment. "But what if we forget again?" The teacher grew quiet, then whispered, "Then Earth will remind us, quietly, but powerfully."